Chris and I had planned on purchasing property on which to have our homestead, but nothing we looked at even compared to what my mom and dad have. Theirs became the gold standard for what we wanted in property. They've got pasture and woods. They've got a slope that's perfect for permaculture. They've got 2 creeks. It's incredibly hard to find property with running water. And so at my mom's invitation, we've decided to build rather than buy. These weekly videos will be updates on the progress of our house. So keep watching and look out for some of the innovative ideas that we incorporate to be more sustainable and earth-friendly. Let's go inside and see what the electricians are up to. This is the breaker box that Chris got. That everything above this will be electric only. Everything below this will be able to switch to generator control. So if we should lose power for an extended time, we can run some things off the generator. And Chris sent over a list of everything he wants run that way. So the first thing I did with the electricians was do walk through the house and say, okay, so we want this switch to run the tub light and the shower light. So we need 2 things here. And so they wrote a little note. So we did that throughout the whole house. And then now they are running this yellow wire, this interior electrical wire everywhere it needs to go. And then anything that Chris has on the generator, such as this ceiling fan, light, and 1 outlet in each bedroom, the wires are not run yet because it's going to have its own wire going to that other part of the breaker box, so the generator switch. Day 2 of electricians working at the house, and as I as I told Chris yesterday, this is both exciting and boring. It's exciting because it's the first work interior work that we've done other than the shell, so it's a big huge step forward, so that's really cool. It's rather boring because there's nothing I can do to help really. But I need to be on hand to answer questions since we don't have architect's drawings, and you know, we gotta make decisions about
math.
What's that?
So what do? We do math.
Yes, so being the excellent multitasker that I am, I had Carter bring down her algebra so I can help her with that, and also so she can keep me company. Shh, don't tell her I said that. So that while I'm just sitting here in between talking to the workers and stuff, I have some stuff to do.
Behind your head.
Oh. Explosions behind my head are fantastic. It's fantastic. Fantastic. So that's what today is. So let me kind of give you an overview of what they're doing. Alright, so they are running wires throughout the downstairs. Lots and lots and lots of wires. Lots of wires coming out everywhere. So that's pretty cool. So yesterday my electrician and I walked through the house and we went, okay, right here, what do we want to switch from here? We're going to have a light on the front porch. We're going to have lights in here. You know, what do you want on every switch? And when you're walking through the house at night, do you want to have to go back in the kitchen to turn off your lights, or do you want to be able to hit them on your way out, you know, here? So where do we want what they call 3-way lights? I forget what they call it. They actually have another word for it. But anyway, where, you know, you can turn it off there or turn it off here. So it's not just off and on. It's like a rocker. I call it toggle switch between the two. So we figured all that out. That's what these wires are. And the yellow ones are just standard on-off. And then this morning he came to me and he said, you got another thing on your porch hanging out there. And he went out and showed me, and I had forgotten that we had a ceiling fan on the porch. I don't know if you can see through the window. Oh, there it is up there. And so we had to come back and change this one out from a 2-gang. 2-gang would be 2 switches to 3, so we can have the light and the fan and whatever we're turning on in the living room right there. So anyway, small price to pay, but I'm glad he saw it before the walls went up. I would have been in big trouble if we had a ceiling fan box with no wire run to it. That would have been bad. Carter and I are hanging out down here while the electricians work, and there's no Wi-Fi. She told me there's no air conditioner, and so basically she was bringing up all her first world problems, and so I decided to take it back old school. Yeah, baby, that's what I'm talking about. The dot game. All right, Carter, it's your turn. Did you play?
Yeah, I did. It's your turn.
Oh. I lost. It's Thursday. I've got my coffee. I hear work sounds going on inside. I'm getting ready to go see what's going on. Let's take a look. Lots more wires. Going on upstairs.
We never know till we get done. Now, I think we moved the fan over here.
I think so.
We had that light out.
Right, out there we have a fan, an outside light, and then the pendants.
31 lights here.
Yeah.
over here.
And then this one will have the living room ceiling fan and the pendants and these, right? All right. Yep, we're on the same page. Sounds good.
What are you doing there?
Video. He's working way. Now that the wires are strung through the house, they're going through and they're tying everything together. So, although it probably is common sense to most people, I didn't think about the fact that coming to every object, like to the switches and to the lights, you have to have power going in, one wire, and then a power going to the switch, second wire. And so it's kind of interesting to see how they hooking it all together. It's Friday. It was a 4-day week because Monday was Memorial Day. And I think today's just more of the same, just wiring stuff up. But we'll take a look and see. Good morning, gentlemen.
Oh, hi there. How are you doing?
Pretty good. How are you?
Did you get wet?
Smile.
Did
You're
you
wet?
get-
Is that
did
what you
get
said?
wet? Did you get wet yesterday?
Oh, I got drenched yesterday. Yeah, I just about crested the hill and the rain caught up to me and I was
It came in like a
so,
tidal wave.
yeah, it did.
There it was, right there. Yep, there you go.
And that's week 17. Thanks for watching, everybody.